Hello again from my front porch. It is now 2023. Happy New Year. Okay, that's enough of that. I got these. Lisa got us these glasses. She had a purple pair, and we wore these for the New Year's Eve festivities we went to. But it is New Year 2023, and so congratulations, we all made it. Some I know were a little concerned whether they would, but we're here, and we're now blazing into the new year, and of course it is the time for the traditional New Year's resolutions. Now, I want to talk about that for a little bit because, obviously there's nothing magical, nothing extra special about starting a new year. Frankly speaking, there is no difference between January 1 and December 31st than there was between December 30th and December 31st. It's just another day that happens. However, based on how we mark time, how we put it into the calendars, and that we say, okay, now we are at 2023, woohoo! That year has to start somewhere, and so January 1 is the start for that. And so we have assigned value to that measurement of time. However, in reality, there is no real big difference between the 1 year to the next year with that 1 day change. But psychologically, that calendar change, that turning of the page, that literal turning of the page on the calendar to a new year can be a catalyst that a lot of people will use to implement a change that realistically we always knew we needed to make a change. It's been a change that we, in most cases, you think about the resolutions people make, the traditional stuff. I'm going to exercise more, I'm going to eat better, I'm going to, whatever. These are not new things. These are not things that people just woke up on January 1st and went, you know what? These are things people have wrestled with for a while. These are things that have been on our minds, that have weighed on us, that have caused us to say, I really don't like that about myself. Is what it often comes down to. I really don't like this thing about myself. I don't like the way others look at me because of this. I don't like the outcomes or the results, the penalties that I face because of what I have chosen to do. Whatever those things may be, they're things that are internal to us. It's actually something we don't like about ourselves, and we struggle with it. We don't like it, and yet we keep doing it anyway. I don't like that I eat so many sweets, so many, okay, yeah, and then if I go to your house and check your cabinets, what do you have in your cabinets for when you get bored or when you want to watch a movie or when you want a snack? Is it healthier stuff or is it sugary stuff? We set up the scenarios for ourselves. We complain about it and then we don't do much to fix it. But along comes this changing of the year. January 1, the start to a new year, a whole new outlook on life, which again, it really isn't, because everything that was in your life December 31st is still there January 1st. You had bills and debts, well, sorry, you still have the bills and debts. If you have relationship issues, you still have the relationship issues. And whatever the problems were that you were wrestling with and you don't like, you still have them going into this new year. The reality is nothing has changed. I know you're saying, Paul, this is really depressing. Why are you saying that? Because what I'm trying to emphasize is this. For some people, the symbolism of going into a new year is that kick in the pants they need. No, it is not authentic. No, there is nothing magical about it. No, the world does not really change in any way because of that calendar change, and yet we can see that change in the calendar as the thing we need to encourage ourselves to just finally do that thing that we know we should have already been doing. We don't have to make excuse about it. We don't have to explain. We don't have to make a big speech about it on video. We just make the change. And at January 1, resolutions time, New Year's resolutions, it's acceptable. You now make the change and somebody says, why are you doing that? Well, it's my New Year's resolution. It gives us that empowerment, that feeling of there's this other thing that I'm now holding accountable to that, you know, it's not tangible. There's no substance to it whatsoever, but psychologically, it can be just what you need to make that change, to make yourself do that. But here's what I also want to, so let me, before I make this point, so if you are a New Year's resolution person, okay, great. Make your New Year's resolutions and do your best to stick with them. If that changing of the year is what you need to really galvanize yourself to do those, do it. Great. Good for you. But if you're human, there's a good chance you won't maintain your New Year's resolution for very long. Now, there are some people who make a resolution at the beginning of a year and they make a change and they stick to it. And if you're one of those people, good for you. You're weird, but good for you. But there are a whole lot of people who are going to make New Year's resolutions that are going to fail because they won't maintain, they won't commit to that long term. They'll struggle and they will stumble. And for a lot of people, the moment they fail, that they stumble, fall flat on their face trying to keep New Year's resolution, they give up because, well, I made it 3 weeks this time. That's a record. Yeah, well, I guess that New Year's resolution's out the window. Now, that could mean you never really meant it in the first place. Let's be honest. And if so, it's a good excuse for you to bail out now and not do that. But if you seriously want to make that kind of a change, whatever it is, and you bundle it in as a New Year's resolution, but then you start doing it and you have a relapse, it's to be expected. I don't know, however old you are, chances are whatever it is you're trying to change, you've been doing for a long time. And so it's a habit that you have to break, and you're not going to just do it like that. Ooh, that hurt. It's cold out here. my New Year's resolution is don't snap my fingers when they're cold. Ooh, burr. But seriously, if you whatever you were doing, you have been doing for a long time, you can't just expect that, poof, just like that, magically, because I made a New Year's resolution, it's changed now. Again, there is nothing magical about switching into a new year. What that means is you go however long time, you stumble and you fall. If you really want to make that change, you don't have to wait for another new year to come around to make the resolution again. January 1 is no different than December 31st. Well, you know what? January 26th is no different than January 25th. You know what? April 22nd. April 22nd is no different than April 21st. Doesn't matter how long you go with your resolution, whatever the change is. You go however long you can and you stumble, you struggle, you trip, you fall. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and resolve to step forward again. And no, it's not starting all over. It's not, well, I guess I'm back to square one. No, you're not. Because you made it all those steps to that point, and those don't just go away because you stumbled. You tripped, you fell. If you go out on a walking trail, not right now here in Iowa, at least a little chilly. Well, some people do that, I guess, but I prefer to do it when it's warmer. If you go out on a walking trail and you go out for half a mile, 3/4 of a mile, and you don't see some obstacle in the road and you trip over it and you fall down, Well, does that mean you were automatically transported way back to the beginning of the trail and you sit back and go, well, I guess I'm not going to go down the trail today then after all, get in your car and drive home? No, of course not. However far you've walked down the trail, you're that far down the trail. Yes, you tripped and you fell, but you're still in the place where you fell. Just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep on going. It's nothing magical about a New Year's resolution, but there is something important about you making a commitment to yourself that you want to improve. It's not new, it's improved. You improving yourself because you want to. And even if you trip, even if you slip, even if you stumble, even if you fail, it's not done. You pick yourself up and continue on pursuing what you want to pursue. So, there you go. Whether you're making New Year's resolutions or not, whether you feel the need to change or not, totally up to you, not pressuring in one way or the other. But if you do, if you have made resolutions and you are trying to do something to improve yourself, do it. Stick with it. Keep a hold of whatever that goal is, that dream that you want to pursue. Don't give up. As they say in Galaxy Quest, never give up, never surrender. Just keep going because you're doing it for you, not because some mysterious magical resolution said so. You're doing it because you want to do it. So do it. And with that, I'll see y'all next time from my front porch.